Because one thing is for sure, never fight against your desires. No matter what teaching is like, okay, let go of desires and all that stuff. The fact is, the desire is present. You can't create another desire just to get rid of this desire. It's paradoxical, I mean, contradictory. It doesn't work. If anything, the teaching is inviting you to allow the desire to be, just no longer instill within the desire, because the desire blinds us, desire brings us into these conditions that I, I need this, my experience must change in this way for me to reap these fruits. These conditions often are very, very elusive, because you'll see that even like after achieving those desires and you're changing your experience in that way, oftentimes you don't actually get what you really want in a stable way. It comes in glimpses. What you thought it would bring you, maybe you get like a hint of it, and then even if you get it on a more stable way, I know I'm being general here, but try to grasp your mind around it. Even if you get what you really wanted, then the mind creates some other object of devotion, of desire. And it just chases that while completely neglecting this. So nothing wrong with desire itself. What is wrong is the mind's tendency to always create these conditions that it believes will bring it happiness and peace. And it's fully convinced of that this will bring me that. And as soon as it gets it, it creates other conditions that will bring it happiness and peace. So the teaching, it's actually, you can't do anything to get rid of your desire. The only thing that you can actually do, because if you tried, you would just further go into battle with your desire, and it would just be desire to get rid of desire. It's further immersion in the game, in the chase. Now you're just chasing getting rid of desire because you believe that will bring you happiness and peace. So the teaching is inviting you to acknowledge and become aware of the desire. Become aware of its content as well, right? Rather than, because desire blinds us in a way where it brings us in, and we sort of become our desire. We become blinded by those conditions, and we truly give them great reality. So the teaching is inviting you to become aware of the desire, become aware of the conditions that it's imposing on you, and allow it to be. Have this space between you and the desire, the movement of desire, all the thoughts it's creating, all the actions it's allowing, that it's sort of unfolding. Allow everything to go as it is going. It's okay. Personally, action-wise, behavior-wise, let everything unfold and happen in accordance with the desire. You stay alert and aware, allowing it to be, no longer becoming immersed and lost and blinded in it and by it. Don't believe in its conditions. Allowing the desire to be there, allowing even the following of the desire, if need be, but you having such an attitude towards it that if it goes in a good way, that's fine too. If it doesn't happen, then that's fine too. Mind instantly wants to reject this because it doesn't believe it's possible, but see in your own experience that this is possible for you. It may come in little by little, like, spurts, but this is what we call detachment. Detachment is you allowing what is to be as it is, regardless of if it is pleasant or unpleasant, but you are no longer just immersed in it. You're not giving it greater reality than you are giving yourself. And because of that, it doesn't hold the capacity to pull you into suffering in that way, into its conditions. You know, in that way, you are complete. You, the awareness of, the knowing of the desire. Do you have any want? Do you have any missing aspect of yourself? Are you ever, even when the desire is achieved, is there anything added on to you? The knowing of, the awareness of what has been achieved or what has not been achieved. In this way, you are complete. Even if something is taken away from you, your home, your job, your relationship, or whatever, the knowing of the current contents of your life, which are maybe now this has been taken away from you personally, is that knowing of those things any lesser than previously the knowing of you having those things? So this is where you're becoming wiser. You're learning to recognize that me, at my essence, what I essentially am, is whole and complete in this way. It can't be taken away from, and it can't be added onto. And in this place, I build my home. In this place, I come from. In this place, I perceive from. That's the choice. So even the desire, even the unfoldment of the desire, even the chase for the desire, the awareness of all this, is it being affected at all by the movements? Just like, you know, the example that we did give, the movie screen on which, okay, this character that has nothing and now he wants a lot or she wants a lot, and the whole journey unfolds, all these images, all the story. They get what they want, they lose it again, they get it again. Is any of that story affecting the reality of the screen? Is it damaging, taking anything away from, or adding on anything to the screen? So in that way, you know, that's just an analogy. See, the knowing of, the awareness of happiness is it not the same as the awareness of sadness and suffering? And don't just accept these words either. Don't reject them, don't fight against them, but don't accept them either instantly also. I want you to see this in your own experience. Because if it's just a thought in your mind, then you won't gain any, that's not becoming wiser. You know, that's not you realizing this. You must try to differentiate between the knowing of happiness and the knowing of sadness. The happiness and the sadness, they're different contents of the knowing, of the awareness, but is the awareness of them at all hindered, affected, damaged, or even is it greater, right? Is the awareness of happiness greater than the awareness of sadness? So this is something you must see. So I don't know what the non-dual view is or whatever. I'm just telling you through my personal experience, and this is something, you know, through personal experimentation, obviously through learning, but also experimenting with what the little I've learned, is allow the desire to be there. If you launch a battle with it, then again, you're just identifying as another movement, another desire to get rid of this desire. You're taking shape as this one trying to get rid of this one. It won't really work. If anything, it just brings you now further. So obviously you will not achieve your desire, but also now you're going to be in suffering in battle with the fact that you desire. So allow the desire to be there. You know, go for, allow the process to unfold. Just allow life to unfold in accordance with this desire. See where it's bringing your life. That's fine. all this movement, all these images, all this story is not in any way, shape, or form affecting the knowing of it. So you don't build here. Don't establish yourself in the moving images. Establish yourself in the knowing. And only then, as I said earlier, regardless of the hecticness or the calmness, the unpleasant and the pleasant, the great activity versus the non-activity, regardless of what is happening, you can be peaceful, you can be happy, you can be complete. Right? Peace, happiness, you could just say they're like other words for completeness, a sense of like okayness, wholeness, a sense of nothing can be taken away or added on. It's that space, that you which has no concept of gain or loss. Thanks for watching this video. Just two things before you go. If you want to learn how to implement the teaching that we cover on this channel in a step-by-step format and really develop your understanding of it in a faster way, make sure to watch my free 1-hour class that I'm offering right now. And second, if you want to work with me personally to help you dissolve mind identification and return to peace through self-inquiry, check out my program down below. It's called the Higher Consciousness Shift. Enrollments are now open, so just check out the details and book your free call, and we'll see if it's right for you. That's all I have for you today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.